sponsored in part by DollarSeed.com for your flowers, vegetables, and herbs. All organic seeds, all only $1 a pack. DollarSeed.com. And by WillowSpringsSoap.com. Handmade soaps with simple, recognizable ingredients, making soaps using the cold kettle process while using traditional methods. WillowSpringsSoap.com.
ManureTea.com, authentic Haven brand, 100% natural soil conditioner for the home garden, for all your vegetables, herbs, and flowers. ManureTea.com, always free shipping. Squirrel and Worm Farm, organic farm and gardening supplies. It's conveniently located in Plymouth, Wisconsin. Worm castings, organic potting soil, organic and heirloom seeds, cover crop seeds, and more. SquirrelandWormFarm.com.
Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener Extra. I'm Joy Baird. Well, we've got our Three Sisters garden on this side. We've got our sweet potatoes planted and ready to growing on this side. So I found a little spot in between them two where we can plant some more vegetables, and that vegetable is going to be okra. Now, okra is traditionally a southern plant to grow in your garden, but I have seen some videos and have done some research, and some of the videos are from northern Wisconsin where they were very successful for growing okra. Now, okra requires night temperatures of 65 or above, and preferably daytime temperatures of 85 degrees and above Fahrenheit. So we got it in the hottest portion of the garden. That's where they recommended it. So if you've got a garden and you're in a zone where it is extremely hot during the summer months, okra may be the vegetable for you, because from all the research I've seen, no matter how hot it is, it still produces and it doesn't die, and it does really well. So what I've done is I've loosened the soil up. We've got nice loose loomy soil here, and you want to plant your seeds 12 to 18 inches apart in the row. Now, you can soak your seeds because okra's got a very dense seed coating on them, and to get the best germination, you can soak them in water overnight, or as P. Allen Smith's grandmother did, she soaked them in milk. You can also soak them in buttermilk, but that lactic acid in the milk will help eat away at the seed coating and encourage and increase your germination chances, which that's a pretty cool tip. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to do one row, 12 to 18 inches apart on the seeds. And now if you were doing multiple rows here, you'd want to space them out between about 18 and 24 inches, because these things will get 4, 5 foot tall, similar to my pointed hoe here, and it'll throw limbs off or branches off, and then the okra will grow like that. And then you want to harvest your okra whenever the pods are 2 to 4 inches in length. And any longer than 4 inches, they're going to get very woody and really going to be inedible for you to eat. So I'm just going to take my seeds, and that's been soaking in milk overnight. I'm just going to drop them in here. I'm just going to eyeball it to where I think about 12 to 18 inches are. And then I'm going to water them in. Now, with the okra, it's going to take, based on the variety, we're growing a Dollar Seed Clemson Spineless here variety, and it's going to take about 60 to 80 days to reach maturity on that. And again, we're doing it in the very hottest portion of the year, in the hottest portion of the garden. So I got all my seeds laid in there, and I'm just going to cover them up, and hopefully, if all goes well, in about 60 days, we're going to have okra. And you can pickle it, you can put it in gumbo, you can fry it in the skillet, and it's a really good treat. And with this okra, you want to water it about 1 inch a week if you don't get no precipitation. Now, this can be grown in the garden like we're doing it here, as well as you can grow it in containers. Now, if you do decide to grow it in containers, you're going to have to water it on these really, really hot days, pretty much every day of the week until there's rain. So, Clemson Spineless Dollar Seed okra, it's a treat. It's very easy, and it really loves the heat. So if you're in a heat area, this might be the vegetable for you. So once you've harvested your produce, you got to figure out where you're going to store it. Now, we have a basement we store our harvest in. Now, if you don't have a basement, root cellar, or crawl space, you can do it in a cabinet farthest away from the heat. You could also store your canned goods behind a couch or under the bed or in a closet, as well as some people will store squash, pumpkins in those same locations. Now, what we do is here we've got some storage containers that we've found that these work great for butternut squash, spaghetti squash, you know, whatever type of squash we can store in there, long-term winter squash. We've also got a metal shelf that we store our canning goods on, as well as a already built-in shelf before we even moved in. Now, a couple things you want to keep in mind whenever you're storing your canned goods on a shelf like this. One, you want to make sure it's attached to the wall. And two, something that we need to work on is to have some kind of protection in the front in case of an earthquake of some sort, that the canned goods that you've worked hard for won't roll off and fall and shatter on the floor, and then you have nothing for a disaster type of food situation. As well as we've got a pallet, 2 pallets here that we store pumpkins on that we get from the neighbor whenever they have their Halloween party. They use a lot of for decorative purposes. We'll bring them in, we'll store them, and we'll also pressure can them and make pumpkin pressure cans, so for milkshakes, smoothies, or for making pies. So just a couple of things you want to keep in mind after you're harvesting your produce. If you have an abundance, what are you going to do with it? If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe and comment. We put out this particular video each and every Tuesday with a variety of other videos along throughout the week. I'm Joy Barrett, and this has been a Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener Extra. For more information, you can visit the website, thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.